All right, hello, welcome to this video. We're going to talk about hunting on Long Island and the problem that I have with it. Now, it's not that I have a problem with hunting on Long Island. I have a problem with the attitudes from people who are hunting and the way it is managed on Long Island. All right, so let me make that clear before I get off, before I get off to my point here. All right, so we're going to start with what happened last weekend, not this past weekend, but last Sunday at the David A. Sarnoff Preserve, where I was hiking through a nice, beautiful area here along this field. You can see all these beautiful pines, and some hunters come up to me and say they tell me to leave. So we're going to listen to what they have to. I don't know if the camera picked it up. We're going to find out if it did. But this again happened last Sunday. Look at these shapes here, man. Yeah, we have quite a group of people over there. Somebody's saying hello. So somebody's talking to me.
How are we doing, sir?
I'm doing good.
Just can't be here today. We have a permit to be here.
Do you have a permit to be here?
Guns, right?
Can't be here in this spot?
Yeah, we have a permit to be here. We're going by the DEC,
Hang on. Doesn't pick it up very well.
This spot? Yeah. Are you parked inside here anywhere?
No. I'm just going for a hike.
Okay, all right. This is all.
This section here.
No, this whole everything that's here. That you just can't be.
Everything that's here. So he's claiming that the whole preserve is closed, but it's really just that small area because they're training dogs. So that's what they're doing. They're training dogs.
Inside this area, we have a permit to be here today, and we're training dogs with guns.
So he said, we have a permit to be here. We're training dogs with guns.
So if
It's not shotgun season until.
Yeah, but we paid the DEC to be here and be able to shoot guns.
So what it is, he said, we paid the DEC to be here and shoot guns. So basically what it is they have that section of the park there, or at least they think they have the whole park, because they paid the DEC, they can just kick anyone out.
So this is a DEC-controlled land?
All right, well, I'm going to just take some pictures and I'm going to get on out of here, all right?
Thank you, sir.
All right, we'll get on out of here. I'm going to go back that way and I'll go toward Wildwood Lake. Is that okay? Yep, all right. So there you go. That's what happened, all right? He wasn't that bit nasty, but he was a little like, you know what I mean? He didn't explain, because I was trying to explain to him, yes, I have the seasonal access permit, but because they've paid to have a permit to train dogs with guns, now nobody can hike here, basically. So this is the kind of crap that goes on in New York, all right? So just one example of it, all right? And, I just continued my hike, and I didn't run into anyone else. All right, but this is what I mean. All right, so let me show you where this happened. This happened at the David A. Sarnoff Pine Barrens Preserve, and there's no mention here. It says, and I have the free seasonal access permit. That's the other thing with DEC lands on Long Island. You actually have to have a permit. It's free, but the fact that you've got to actually have a permit. Whereas in New Jersey, you don't need a permit to go hiking. All right. So it says here, seasonal access permit. So this is the seasonal access permit right here. All DEC, so you have to fill this out, put your name in here and everything, and send it to them. All right. And it's very a buggy type of software because you have to send it through this app that sometimes crashes. But anyway, you have to give them your name, your address, all that stuff. It's good for 3 years. It's free, but still, you got to have a permit to go onto these lands. And in New Jersey, you don't need a permit to go hiking on the lands in the Pine Barrens. All right, so that's the other thing. But I do have a permit, but I have that 3-year permit. But the guy acted like, well, you're not supposed to be over there anyway. So they have paid the DEC. So this is what. If we go to the map here, let's see if we can actually. I think it's the hunting map. I think. Does it have it here? No, it does not have it here. All right. So it's not on the hunting map. All right. This is the area where it happened here. It's not quite on the hunting map. Let's see if we can find it on the other map. Geo map. Maybe this map will have it. No, not really. All right. So I have no choice but to go to Google Maps and look it up that way, I guess. But I'll show you where this area was that I got kicked out of just for hiking. So, again, this was last Sunday. You think I was going to let this go? I wasn't going to let this go. All right? Because I'm tired of this nonsense. All right, so this is the area it was. So basically, they paid the DEC to train. Now, from what I understand, the guy was acting like, oh, it's the whole park you're not supposed to hike in. But according to some people I spoke to, no, it is actually this area right here. that's surrounding the end of this road. So there's a parking lot here, and they paid the DEC to have this area closed off to hikers so they can train dogs with guns. Yeah. That's our parklands for you. All right? So because they've got the money, they can do that. So, yeah, and that's what I have a problem with. I don't have a problem with hunting. I have a problem with people who don't know how to share the woods. That's what I have a problem with. All right? And this is what this whole video is going to be about. All right? Because this is going to be yet another rant on the January deer season. All right? The January firearms deer season. So when we go back to the permits here, you will take a look here. All right, so we go to this here. All right? So you must use, it tells you how to fill it out and everything. So seasonal access permit. And they say that, all right, so if we go to the regulations here, let's see if it'll have the firearms site here or not. So here it says, number 5, during the January firearms deer season, archery deer hunting are only, and the permits that I have are not valid for any other activity during the January firearms deer season on properties where firearms deer hunting is permitted. So, again, if there's firearms deer hunting, then people cannot hike there, basically, and it's the entire month of January. It was once it was once just weekdays in January, but then they extended it to the entire month of January. And it says here, hunters may be present in all but the Edgewood area. So the Edgewood, there is no hunting there. All right. This is the problem I have. So because we're going to go to the January firearms deer season right now in Suffolk County. So this is what it is. So you do have to wear fluorescent. Now they're saying fluorescent instead of blaze orange. So you have to wear fluorescent clothes, I guess, whatever, which makes sense. All right, and they talk about firearms, and there's also hunting also also at Riverhead as well. These are the areas that are most of the areas of the Pine Barrens are open to firearms hunting. All right, and it's not just the DEC managed areas. There's also some county parks as well as Riverhead. That's right, Riverhead also has this. So if we go and we look at Riverhead here, which I'll put up here, Calvert's and Epcal hunting. They actually have hunting at Epcal. Yes, they have hunting at Epcal. So if we go to Epcal Huntington, it says here, this is what some of this says, closed for hunting. So here we go. Closes the bike. So they've been doing this for a while. They closed the path around Epcal for hunting. So people, again, cannot go in there during the shotgun season. So shotgun season, you cannot go and hike there, all right? And again, why do they need the whole freaking month? I just don't understand why they need so much of the winter to do this hunting, all right? I don't understand it, all right? Because when we compare to New Jersey, here, we're going to look at hunting in New Jersey here for the firearm, all right? There's a 6-day firearm season and a permit shotgun season. That's it, December 8th to 13th and December 17th to 19th, all right? This is all kind of, this is a 2014 letter, but those are the dates. So basically, there's two weeks. There's a full week in December and a weekend in December, all right, where they do this, all right? And that's all they do in New Jersey, just that. Just those 2 weekends for the shotgun hunting, all right? Bow hunting is more widespread, all right? So, and again, I don't have a problem with people who are hunting, all right? It is a way to manage an overpopulation of deer. Unfortunately, we love them, but if there's too many, we have to, get it under control. However, I think that people are really, on Long Island, are really trying to just say, we got way too much of a deer overpopulation problem, and they're blowing it way out of proportion. I think, like I said, we need to scale the shotgun hunting back on Long Island to 1 week and 1 weekend, and that's it, all right? And I also think that we also need to allow people to hike in the woods when there is hunters present, all right? People will be like, that's dangerous. Very rarely how come there hunters and hikers can coexist in so many areas? And even during the New Jersey firearms season, you can hike in there. How come they can coexist, but yet we can't coexist on Long Island, where the hunters have to say, well, we own the woods during that time. You need to stay out. And I'm not staying out. No one owns the woods. The woods are the taxes pay for this land to be preserved for all to enjoy, not just hunters, but hikers. What gives hunters the right to say, well, only us can go into the woods? I mean, who gives them the right for that? I'm sorry. I have a problem with that. All right? So January firearms deer season in Suffolk County. So this is what it is. And again, your permit, you cannot use your permit when this is going on. So if you go over here, and you go over here, and we go back over here, and we click this, you'll see that'll say here that this permit is not valid for any other activity during the January firearms deer season other than hunting. All right? So that's it. You cannot go into any of these other parts. And they also say, they've also changed this now, and they've added this in here now that this I did not know. So we're going to talk about that. So that hike I took back on Monday at Rocky Point was technically, I was not allowed to be in there technically, all right? However, I did not know that because it wasn't January deer season. But now they've expanded hunting, and the hunters have taken over part of Rocky Point, and the DEC has said, well, now people who want to go for a hike with a seasonal access permit aren't even allowed to go there. So technically, I was not allowed to go on that hike that I went on back on, what day was that? Friday? Was it Friday? I think it was Friday. So I wasn't technically, it was Friday. So Friday, I was not technically allowed to go on that, be in there and do that hike because it says right here, they changed the regulations here. So you'll see here, a daily access permit is required for hunting on parts of Rocky Point and parts of Otis Point during the November-December. So, and that is a regulation that's changed. So if we go to Rocky Point here, you will see here again, you see, all right, so it says here again, all trails and roads on the property are closed for the shotgun season, which begins the first Sunday in January and continues through the remainder of the month. Used to not be on weekends, but now it's the whole month. All right. So it says here, so this is what's changed. Within Rocky Point, a daily access permit is required November 1st to December 31st and within January deer season. So now, access by seasonal permit, and then they did excludes, and then they say January 2 to October 31st, but January deer season is most of January. So now, 3 months out of the year, technically, you're not allowed to go hiking in Rocky Point. You know what I think of that? I think that's BS. All right? And I'm going to continue to hike in Rocky Point. I mean, it's ridiculous. Who do these hunters think they are? They can just take over the woods and kick other people out? I mean, what kind of nonsense is this? And they've got the state in their pocket, too. Look, I'm not against hunting, but I am against people who think that because they paid money to get into the woods, so somehow they can keep everybody else out. It's just the same thing with the people with the money just taking over everything. And you know what? When it comes to the Pine Barrens, nothing ever gets between me and the Pine Barrens. I don't care if they've got a gun. I don't care if they've got a badge. Nobody is getting in between me and the Pine Barrens. If I want to go to the Pine Barrens, I'm going to the Pine Barrens. And that's just the way it's going to be, you know? But I know what they're going to say. They're going to say, well, shut up and go live in New Jersey where you don't have to get a permit. Oh, yeah, in New Jersey, you don't have to do that. That's right. You don't need a permit to go hiking in New Jersey's forests. You don't need a permit to go hiking in New Jersey. But you do on Long Island, which is a bunch of BS. All right? I mean, we can take a look here. And this is another thing. Brookhaven State Park has also, now there's hunting. There used to be no hunting in Brookhaven State Park. Now there's hunting in Brookhaven State Park, too. And you know, it's only a matter of time before they don't allow people to hike in Brookhaven State Park, too. You know that. I'm sick of these damn hunters taking over the damn woods. All right? I'm not against hunting. But just because you're hunting doesn't mean you can tell everybody else that they can't go hiking in the woods just because you're hunting. I mean, I think that's a bunch of crap. All right? So, yeah, this is just because, you know, I have to rant about this because this is about the thing that's near and dear to my heart. Now you're telling me I can't even go hiking in many of the Pine Barrens on Long Island and telling me to shut up and go hike in New Jersey. Really? Really? That's what they're telling me. So, this is what goes on. But if you go, you know, hiking in the DEC, you don't need to, NJ Forest Lands, you don't need a permit to go hiking in NJ Forest Lands. Let's see. Hiking in NJ Forest Lands, permit. You don't need a permit to hike in New Jersey. You don't need a permit. You can go hiking. You don't need a damn permit to go hiking in New Jersey. No, we need to do away with the damn permit. We need to be like New Jersey, cut back on the hunting, be more like New Jersey, New York, all right? Because New Jersey does it right, but I don't want to go shut up and live in New Jersey Because, again, I'm not going to let these hunters or anyone else interfere with my access to what I enjoy in life. And I shouldn't have to travel all the way to New Jersey to go hiking. I shouldn't even have to fill out the stupid permit just to go hiking. It's ridiculous. So that's been my rant. Thank you for watching. Take care.